Hello everybody and welcome to the entry to our home. I'm going to be filming this little intro inside because, as many of you guys know, we live on the highway, and because of that we've got, oh my gosh, you are so dirty. We've got lots of cars, trucks, whatnot that are driving by out here. So I want to give a quick apology for if there's any sounds of motors and whatnot. That's just what we're dealing with while we're here. But nonetheless, we want to create a warm and cozy invitation into our home. The Lord has blessed us with such a special space, and we want to tend to it as best as we can. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit of what we're currently working with, and then we're gonna get this place all cleaned up and looking cute for fall. Well, good morning friends, and welcome to our house. You guys can see that our cosmos are in full bloom. We did colored ones this year. I don't know what these are gonna wind up turning out to be. I have to admit that with all the traveling we've been doing over the past few months, our garden beds have gotten out of control. So I would love to get these cleaned up, maybe even do a little bit of planting, because you guys can see that these things are wild. I love to decorate our porch for fall each year. You guys can see that all of the flowers that we've bought for spring and summer, they are dead. So we're gonna be replacing those, get some cute flowers on here, and get this place cleaned up, because right now it's looking a little bit raggedy. Okay, and per usual, our first stop is at Markman Farms. This is out in Omaha. Unfortunately, they had a ton of rain this year, and so most of their pumpkins went bad. We went out there. I was there with a couple of mom friends and their kids, and the kids played on the playground, and we looked around at what they had, but I'm not gonna lie, I was not very impressed by the pumpkins. However, I did pick up some of this stuff. I know I've called this maize in the past, but you guys have corrected me, and it's actually called Milo or broom corn. And I was so pleased to see that they had rooms in this like little barn just full of this stuff. So we picked up some of that. Okay, so I want to say a huge thank you to Function Health for being the sponsor of today's video. This is a proactive health membership that is designed to give you control over your health. They do this through regular diagnostic blood testing, personalized health insights, and telehealth support. Function wants to empower people by giving them actionable insights into their health. This helps to prevent disease, optimize your well-being, and just live a healthier life. This is the only platform that gives you access to data that most people never see, and the insights to actually take action. You can test over 100 biomarkers, from your heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress. My cousin actually just did this, and she has been making some major changes in her life due to the information that she received. You can also access multi-region MRI and CT scans, all tracked in one secure place over time. It's an enhanced view of what is happening in your body, and that's why top health leaders are all backing Function Health. So this is actually going to be a 3-part process. Right now I am in the very beginning stages. I am about to go get my first round of blood work. I hate needles, but I know that this will be worth it. We've had some recent diagnosis within my family of some like really scary cognitive stuff, and I would love to be able to get ahead of that. The lab visits are fast and convenient, and they're located in over 2,000 locations throughout the US. It's $499 per year, which is only $1.37 per day for cutting-edge health insights. All results are tracked over time in one secure place. This way you can see how your health evolves over time. And the insights come from top doctors based on your unique results. This could cost over $10,000 if you were to try to do it on your own. I also want to mention that there's like no perverse incentives. Function doesn't push like supplements or pharmaceuticals. It's just powerful, unbiased health data to help you with your own personal health. For my viewers, Function is offering a $100 credit for first-time members. You can learn more and join using my link below or the QR code. The first 1,000 people to do this get a $100 credit towards their membership. You guys can either use a QR code or you can use the link in my description and use my code at sign up to own your health. Okay, so because the other farm didn't work out, we actually went to a neighbor's farm out here in the country. This little boy is actually in Rosie's grade, and he grows acres and acres of all different kinds of pumpkins, and it's all just free will donation. It was so cute.
Big baby.
Is that your big baby?
Big baby. Yeah. Big baby.
Okay, and here was our haul. You guys, I was overjoyed when I went here and saw all these. I literally thought it was just gonna be like a tiny patch on the side of somebody's house, not an enormous patch with all kinds of options, and I just thought all of these colors were gorgeous.
Mom, I'm getting one out for you.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. Wait, do you want them out right now? Do you want me to put them on the rock?
We'll just put them over here.
Okay. I think. You know. You know better than me.
I know better than you.
You know you do. Puppers under the car now.
That's so cute.
The baby pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
Rosie, buddy! Oh my gosh! Rosie, that orange one looks like it has warts. And that one. It's heavy.
Did you drop it?
Yeah, warts.
That's not good.
The warts make me think of witches. It's heavy, Mama.
Yeah. Well, hello everybody. It is the next day. I have all these pumpkins out, and today I've got to get this nasty porch cleaned up. We're getting some family pictures taken here today, and so we've got to get this place cleaned up in time, even though it looks like an absolute wreck. Our porch is not new. It's always looking a little bit rough, but I'm always thankful to you guys for encouraging me and letting me know that I'm not the only one who has kind of a junky old porch, but we're gonna do our best to make this look as cute as possible. So one of our biggest problems that we're having right now is that the weeds have taken over. I'm gonna have to get in here and really do some hard work this morning, pulling out all of this stuff. Okay, so don't judge me too hard. We have been, me especially, I've been traveling so much this summer, I'm not gonna lie. And our yard has just had to take a back seat. With that, we get tons of like grass, stuff like this that grows up through our mulch, and it just looks really terrible right now. It's crazy how one giant patch can come from one little spot. Okay, so we're at a Home Depot now, and they have half off on trees and shrubs and stuff, and so I picked this up because I thought that the colors were really beautiful, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy kind of these variety planters. And here's Rosie with me. I'm gonna buy some of these variety planters. I just loved how this all looked together, and I'm realizing that I can actually plant this all in my yard next year, and I just thought that the color combination was really beautiful. So let's hope that we can make that happen. Okay, y'all, well, this place was looking nasty before. I'm not gonna lie, we did a lot of sweeping up on this place, and we finally have the pumpkins out and kind of in the place that we want them to be. I did that on my own. I know the girls wanted to help me, but I just did it on my own. So I got home from Home Depot last night, and I got some really beautiful flowers that I would love to bring out here on our porch. Let's go get them. Funny story, last night when we went out to go get these, I saw that Home Depot had like a specific color of mums that I really wanted. It's like this pretty plum color. I'll show you. But when Rosie and I went out to go get them, it was pouring rain. We were like literally drenched by the time we came home, and we laughed the entire way. Okay, but I am loving the color of these mums. Aren't these beautiful? Oh, they're like the perfect shade. All right, so here's where we landed. I did wind up getting this little evergreen. Let's see what type this is. Is this a cedar? Arbor Vitae, I don't know. Anyway, but I thought that this was really pretty and it could be used like at Christmas time. I did buy a couple planters. I got this one. I loved the variation in color. And then of course I got my two mums. I didn't realize that they were slightly different colors. It was pretty dark at night when we were out in the rain trying to find these, and obviously I was a little bit rushed, but then I saw this gorgeous planter over here, and I again picked up another pine tree for hopefully gathering Christmas foliage. And then I found this little beautiful thing. This is called a grape myrtle pink velour, and I got these trees because they were all half off, so their prices were really good. I was drawn to this because of the purple leaves and these sweet little berries, but then I looked at what it looks like when it grows, and it is so beautiful. So I'm really excited to see how this looks through the seasons. An idea that I had is that I'm actually taking all of the new plants that I just bought and I'm setting them out in our garden bed. I want to get an idea of kind of what these look like together so that I know how to arrange them after they're all dead. I want to get a good look at what the colors look like, and then I'm gonna put these all over our porch. I feel like these colors are gonna make such a beautiful addition. I often feel like my garden is lacking depth of color. Like there's color, but a lot of times all of the greens are the same. And so I feel like with these, it's really gonna help get that variation in color that I've been hoping for. Okay, and we're gonna get started by taking out this 4th of July pinwheel, and I'm gonna bring over this blue something, I can't remember, but I did my research and it looks like I can plant it right next to the house. I also did my research on these and it looks like this one that's so cute I cannot plant. It's not a perennial, but this more like purple and yellowy version over here, I think that I can replant these. So all of my hopes that went into these expensive planters, they were probably like $20 a piece. I don't think I mentioned it before, but I am actually not buying the mums for all of our hanging planters this year because it was so expensive. Just for these 4 planters, it was $80. They were $20 a piece, and so I just couldn't justify buying them for all of the hanging planters as well. I am just gonna have to do without it this year. So you guys can see that Lily was having such a fun time outside with me. I'm putting up these little broom corns. I actually bought double of these this year. Typically, I only tie them to our front posts like you're seeing right now. And I did the mistake of I only tied them up on top. I need to tie them down below too, otherwise they fall over. But this year I'm also tying them up on these top, like at the top part of our stairs. And I love how much fuller it looks this year. It just looks a little bit more intentional and so cute. You guys, I decided to leave in so many little clips of Lily just because I want to remember her at this stage. I will say that a year and 3 months, like anywhere between a year and 2 years, is always so hard for me because they're mobile, they're into everything, and I swear she's pulling everything out of our cabinets and drawers every single day. But oh my gosh, it is just the cutest stage. And so I never want to forget these times, and I love that I get to encapsulate these in my YouTube videos. So I'm coming over here to our porch area, like the little swing, and I'm just gonna put these little tartan pillow covers on here that I told you guys about, just to bring in that kind of like orangey fall charm. I know I got some criticism for not having enough orange in my decorations, so here you go. And one of my older Killen pillows. I'm gonna pull out these little pine tree things. They're fake, and I'm gonna bring in these beautiful mums. I decided that I liked the purple version a little bit more than the red version. I know that it's hard to tell the difference between the two, but the purple just leans a little bit closer to what I want for fall. And then I'll actually probably switch these come Christmas time so that the red is more visible from the street. And then I'm gonna do myself a favor, future me who loves to kill plants, and I am going to give all of these a good soak before we finish up this project. And there you have it. Here is our finished porch. I'm so thankful that we finally got rid of all of those weeds. It was starting to get really embarrassing. We have people in our home constantly, and I felt like all the time I just had to say, I'm so sorry. We just have not had any time to tend to our gardens, but to have everything cleaned up and beautiful for fall feels so good. I feel this year that it's even closer to what I've always hoped for. Even with our grungy porch with all of the peeling paint and whatnot, you know, that just gives it a little bit more character, don't you think? So anyway, I thought I would give you guys a close-up of all of our pumpkins and gourds and our mums. I love taking you guys along on this process each year, even though I'm not gonna lie, this video was filmed in like 7 different segments. It really took me a long time to get this done, but the finished product is absolutely worth it. So thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me today. If you guys are not already, please consider subscribing. I love sharing with you guys how we bring our home in and through the seasons. I'm really excited. I've got some fun stuff planned. I have the home tour coming up, and oh my goodness, that is always so exciting to film, to have everything all completed and ready for you. So I hope to see you next week, and until then, bye.